But it was funny to see even Idris' reactions. He didn't like it, or he was afraid of it.
Daniela.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too. Well, congratulations on your role.
Thank you so much.
It's your first Hollywood production, right?
Yeah, and the first English movie for me as well.
Well, what a way to break into Hollywood, this massive production, right? With like thousands of people working on it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think I still don't understand like what's happening.
So how surreal was it when you first got to set?
It was a unique experience. I was shooting already with Sebastian with my rat, and he pooped and peed on me. So it was a good baptism and a good welcome thing gesture. And yeah, and it was that's why that wave was unforgettable for me.
Well, how do you feel about rats? I mean,
I'm okay with them. The first time that I saw the rat and that I have the rat in my hands, it was a different kind of rat, because like it was a real rat. When I was younger, I only had two hamsters, so there's some differences. And the only thing I had to do was to forget about the tails. And they were so cleaned and so like well treated that it was fine. It was like a pet for me.
and as a rat catcher, obviously you summon rats to come rescue or come help you in the situations. So I'm assuming, I mean, obviously a lot of them were CGI, but how many were the most you had on set?
I always had one at a time, but we had three real rats that were always rotating because they had different training. Like one was trained to be on my shoulder, another one was trained to like being stand up. So they were always rotating. And actually we had how can I say, like animal protection. Present on set, so they wouldn't be like tired or explored.
They're like, it's like children, right? They switch them out so that they don't tire. It's too funny.
Yeah, for real.
Now, how did the rest of the cast feel about a rat on your shoulder? I mean, Idris in the movie as Bloodsport, he's got a fear of rats, so it's really hilarious that here's this tough guy, he can't handle a rat.
Yeah, he's not the biggest fan, and Viola is not the biggest fan either. But it was funny to see like Viola's reaction, because even if I was like far away from her, she couldn't look at me even because I had the rat in my hands all the time, or here on my shoulder. But it was funny. But I never I never played with that fact, like that they didn't like the rat. So every time I had the rat, I was like a little bit far away. And if they wanted to get closer, they could, yeah. But it was funny to see even Idris' reactions. He didn't like it, or he was afraid of it, but he was all actually curious about it. So he was always like looking like, what is he doing? Are you giving banana chips to him? What are you doing? Does he eat that? So it was funny to see.
Well, that's hilarious because in the movie, he does have a phobia.
I'm gonna get you out of here alive.
I'm going to get you out of here alive.
And speaking of Idris, your relationship is so adorable because he says he'll take care of you, and you say, "Oh no, I'll take care of you." So that's very, very cute. How did you guys develop that offset?
We like from the moment that we met each other. I have this dark humor that we like everyone has in Portugal, and because he's from United Kingdom, he actually understood that humor, and he like had one too. So we bonded right away. and we were like all the time making fun of each other. It was like almost as Ratcatcher 2 and Bloodsport, but he was more open for it than Bloodsport.
So what was like the biggest stunt you were involved in?
The scene that King Shark tries to eat me and I fall on the floor. Yeah, I had to repeat that a couple of times, and because like the shot was with my body and face, I had to be the one doing it. But we had rehearsals, so it was fine. And I was all the time protected with like things in my costume. And there was another scene that John Cena pushes me, and we just had to like to shoot it with me too. But yeah, we had rehearsals, and I repeated and repeated. In the next day, I had a massage, and it was fine. I was fine.
Were you harnessed when he pushes you?
What? Sorry.
Were you in a harness? So when they yank you back?
Oh, no.
Oh,
We
okay, that's good.
So it was really challenging. Yeah.
All right, so you mentioned King Shark. Oh, so what did they use as a stand-in for King Shark?
It was Steve Agee, the actor that plays Harcourt.
So at least you had something physical to look at.
Yeah. And he was so funny. Sometimes he would just like between takes or something, he would talk as King Shark with the voice that Sylvester Stallone gave like after, but he would be like all the time like and with that voice. So it was really funny because we had the like actually the King Shark before even Sylvester Stallone like entered the game.
Oh, that's good. That's easier on actors, right? Because that thing is massive looking. So your character is interesting in the comic books. Batman takes down your dad essentially in the comic books. There's no mention in the movie, obviously here, but what kind of backstory did James Gunn give you to keep in mind?
He told me like I had to make sure that I wasn't yet a supervillain. This is like a starting point for Ratcatcher 2, because yeah, my father gave me these superpowers. He taught me how to like handle everything, but my values weren't like to kill people or to fight or anything else. That's why like I was in prison because I robbed the bank with my rats. So yeah, that was an interesting starting point that James wrote Ratcatcher 2 that way, because if there's something outside of this movie, like after this, I believe it will be really interesting to see Ratcatcher like learning all those things that she didn't have here in the beginning.
Yeah, because she seems pretty sweet, but then when you read the comic books, you're like, oh, that character did that? Wow. You know, pretty super villainy.
Yeah, but it's really interesting to see that she's really like a newbie in these kinds of stuff. It's her first mission.
And with so many cast members, what did you do for fun when the cameras weren't rolling?
We would dance, we would make videos of each other while if somebody would fall asleep, even if it was like a quick nap, we were always ready with our phones. Actually, we have a video that I can't wait to share with everyone, that it's me taking a nap on my chair like this, and Margot, Idris, and David Dastmalchian dancing all around me, and I'm just like,
you're out.
Dead, and I'm dead. And it's really funny. It's really, yeah, I can't wait to share that video.
So we're going to see a bunch of videos when the movie comes out from the other cast members and yourself?
I hope so. If I have permission, I wish I could share them, like every video. We have so many videos and photos, like BTS. It's so, yeah.
And you mentioned Margot Robbie. She's hilarious as Harley Quinn as always. What was it like working with her?
She's the kindest, the most professional and like amazing actress that I've ever met. She was like an actor that I would look up to, and I still look up at her. But now that I know her a little bit more, I can really understand why she's where she is and why she's this huge movie star. She really deserves, and she's really talented. And I can't wait to work with her again if I can.
Well, fingers crossed we see you more in Hollywood movies. And congratulations. Ratcatcher was one of my favorite characters in the movie.
Thank you. I'm
A
so
really
happy.
endearing role. You and Idris, so it's just a beautiful relationship you guys have on screen.
Thank you. I can't wait to explore more of that.
Yeah, villainy. Turn into villainy. All right. Thank you so much, Daniela.
Thank you.